Today we are from Nature Dan's dried products. I am Nature Dan, and this is
Terry Mueller.
Kristen Wright.
And today we're here to offer up our new dried product known as Nature Dan's Trail Eats. Our product is basically a healthy, dehydrated meal that contains thin ham, yellow squash, sweet potatoes, white potatoes, cucumbers, red peppers, and very limited use of oils and other seasonings.
So an overview of the process is that we took all of the products, we made sure they were clean, we went ahead and sliced them, put them in the dehydrator, and we also baked the products. And after we had the baked products prepared and the dehydrated products prepared, we did a consumer taste testing to see which items the customers like better dried versus baked in the oven.
There's an overview of our process and working very hard with love to make sure that your snacks are healthy.
And this is a picture of us awaiting Nature Dan's approval.
We
And
can,
then, Captain Dan, Captain home.
we can note that all of our vegetables used in the product are locally grown here in New Jersey.
They're like
Jersey Fresh.
And this is the data from before and after dehydrating our product. As you can see, the weight significantly decreased from the before and after the dehydration process. And the next table shows our consumer testing, what the preferences were once we tested the product. So, like I said a few minutes ago, we tested the dried versus baked, and then we also tested salted versus non-salted once the product was finished and combined, and we determined from that people actually preferred it a little bit to have a little bit of salt on it. And if you
Our
look,
initial measurements.
Nature Dan is there doing the test in the bottom of the picture.
This is our HACCP flow chart, which again takes you through us receiving the ingredients from a locally grown, also organic farmer here in the Garden State, New Jersey.
That's pretty neat.
What's that?
That's pretty neat.
Thank you. Then our process kind of splits from there. Again, our vegetables and our sliced ham is going to go through a commercial dehydrator, and they'll be cut and peeled and gone through that process, while the potatoes in our process, the white potatoes and sweet potatoes, both get peeled and cut and then dried using a oven. So it's more of a baking process for our potatoes. And then it's all mixed and seasoned and packaged.
So when we look at who our market's going to be, we're looking at anyone between 5 and 75. You have a crunchy, colorful product, and that's going to appeal to a wider range from a 5-year-old when they can chew that solid food and not choke, to someone who may either still have their own teeth or some implants at the age of 75 who still wants that healthy option. Looking at lower middle to higher income, minimum education of a high school diploma, and socially they're out there. They're on the trails. They're on the ski slopes. They're on the beach. They're out there adventuring. They're also computer literate. Family and friends very important to them. And geography is really anywhere. There's no limit on where this can be sold. We're also using a multilingual approach with advertising in Espanol as well as Ingles. And we're, in our advertisements, going to use a different scenario depending on who we're targeting. For instance, parents and children either at home or on the go in groups. Teens engaged in the skateboarding or other common healthy activities. As well as empty nesters. The people who, again, might be a little too challenged, but hopefully still have something, and that are actually out there and walking around and going. We're going to use Facebook and Twitter heavily with free campaigns, weekly giving a sample away. All they have to do is like us and fill out a short survey. That gives us a chance to build product awareness as well as do some market research. And we're going to look out for retail partners who would be willing to carry the product and ask people to fill out a petition saying, hey, Acme, carry this product, we love it. So a little bit of guerrilla warfare online. Nature Dan's going to be doing some videos, showing him eating the product, carrying along and saying, yeah, it's good, because it is good. And showing him being healthy and how to be healthy. We figure with that face, we're going to sell a building.
So promotions that we're going to do, we're going to have weekly product giveaways. We're going to give away a free Nature Dan t-shirt for every 25 bag labels collected that you mail in. So you'll get a picture of Nature Dan on your t-shirt.
I want 25 bags now!
I would buy them so I can have the bag of the t-shirt.
Me too. That's a great, I want a t-shirt right now, actually.
So we did some product comparisons, and essentially we looked at Nature's Own Trail Mix and Tallulah's Nutty Goodness Trail Mix bar. And essentially the pricing and packaging are approximately the same. One of our hugest advantages is we have no nut content. We don't produce anything near where nuts are being processed. So unlike the other two, we have no real allergen concerns for that, very common.
We're gluten-free.
Gluten-free, pesticide-free, what else free? I don't
I
know.
don't know what else.
Yeah.
Free t-shirts.
So our pricing, we're going to set a purchase rate go of 2 bags per household per week. And the bags, as you can see from the example up here, they are 100% recyclable. So they're also targeting the younger hip generation that is looking for a product that they can recycle instead of throwing away. Then we're going to look at our sell trends to see in different seasons kind of when the peak of our sales are. Do we have more people buying in the spring, the summer, the fall, more people out hiking and biking and need a solution that is very quick and ready to go? So how the food product compares to the original idea. Through our consumer tests, we adapted our product. The original idea was that everything would be dehydrated, but once we ran our tests, we decided that to go with the customer preference and go ahead and bake the potatoes in the oven so they had a better flavor and better taste versus in the dehydrator.
We also reduced our sodium content for customer evaluation.
So government regulations, Nature Dan, you want to talk about?
Again, all dry, since this product has a dried meat, it does have dehydrated ham in it. It is regulated by the FSIS and requires that all meat and products that are packaged with meat have to hit a internal temperature, drying temperature of at least 160 degrees to 165 degrees in order to ensure that the product dries properly enough that all water will be removed and prevent the formation of bacteria colonies. Also, under the FDA, they also are highly stringent on how we package, especially dehydrated and dried products. And we looked at some various regulations, especially in packaging. Most dried products are done by reduced oxygen packaging, as you know when you receive a bag of potato chips. So
Walked around with a sample.
This is what the product looks like. If you cannot see it on our bag, this is the front. The front label is up on the screen. And has a picture, of course, of Nature Dan. Nice little nature scene in the background. Also says that it's Jersey Fresh on there. And also has a freshness guarantee. So if you're not happy with the product, then you can send it back to us or we'll refund your money or exchange it for a new product. It's gluten-free, all natural. And it also says products may be dehydrated or dried. And this is the back. It has our nutrition label on there, has the ingredients, has the guaranteed fresh. If you have questions or comments, you can call 1-800-DAN. And then you can also find us on Facebook, and there's a picture of Nature Dan. Nature Dan, can you give us, before we finish up, can you give us the logo of our product, please, so everyone can hear the logo?
The logo.
Our logo.
That's good.